You smell what the Rock is cooking.
Acknowledge me.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
We are bad to the bone. Get it? Bad to the bone.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'll fight anybody who do you want. Just let me fight him.
Let me tell you something, Jim Ross.
Mega power, yeah.
We got it for you.
We are the best of the best.
Woo! Wheeling dealing. Smart marks.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Talk in the Building, a pro wrestling podcast that puts the focus on the promo. We talk about the talkers, we hype the hype man, and of course we have to pontificate upon the promo. I'm Adrian. You already know it's no BS coming from me, and I'm joined as always by the team. We got out west, we got Brother Ali. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, good, man. Living it up.
Good. And here in the great state of Georgia, we got Brother Greg. What's up, man?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for Mania season, baseball season. A-Town, you know, here goes the Braves. Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir. That walk-off victory was crazy. I meant to text you. Were you there?
I wasn't. I was watching it, but I wasn't there.
Okay. Yeah, that was nuts. All right, well, folks, if you haven't checked us out before, this is your first time, welcome. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We appreciate interacting with y'all, so definitely leave in the comments. How'd you find us? What are your thoughts about the show and all that? But if you want to check out past episodes, because we got a good back catalog, go to intothebuilding.com. That will link you directly to our YouTube page. You can check out all the past conversations. We've had some great discussions on the past, present, and future of pro wrestling. And we've done reviews. We've had our Mount Rushmore conversations that are always fun. We got plenty of conversations, y'all. So we're 3 lifelong wrestling fans. We're 3 lifelong fans of the promo. And we just want to continue having good conversations and involve you as much as possible. So intothebuilding.com, super easy, simple. Like, comment, subscribe. All right, fellas, today's episode, I'm going to tell you it's one of my favorites because this is something that I've really started to take more and more serious, and that's weightlifting, lifting weights, pushing weight, all of that stuff. You get up in the morning, you do the bench press, you do the push-ups and all that good stuff because we're trying to get peaks. We're trying to get curls for the girls. You know, we're trying to get the 21-inch pythons and all of that good stuff. But this is something that has, this is a huge part of pro wrestling, at least where we were growing up. And I kind of question today's pro wrestling in that sense, which is going to bring us to our icebreaker. But today's episode, gentlemen, we're talking about weightlifting in pro wrestling. So our icebreaker, very simple question, gentlemen. In the past, and we've even made fun of past generations of Vince being a big body guy and all of that stuff. A lot of us were raised on that, so maybe that's intertwined in my brain. But today's pro wrestling, we have different sizes and shapes. We have different sizes and shapes of our performers, both male and female. But my question to you, and I'm going to start off with you, Greg. Should there be more of a focus on physique in pro wrestling?
Ooh, that's hard. So, what I like about today is we have a variety. And you go back to the 80s, you had a variety. We went through a stage in the 90s or 2000s, if you will, ruthless aggression era, where it's all cookie cutter bodybuilders.
Right.
I think you as a performer need to look the part.
Okay.
You need to be able to look, because you are playing, at the end of the day, you're playing a character, but you're playing a character who should look like he could beat somebody up.
Right.
And that doesn't mean you have to be built.
Right.
It just means you have to look athletic or tough or something to that effect. It has to be believable. So Yes. Yes, it should be.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you have to be ripped to the gills.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. And like you said, you know, you can look big and imposing without being chiseled. You know, it's Big John Stud. Like he didn't look chiseled, but he was a big ass dude, man, and you knew he had strength. But Adeline, I want to know your opinion on physique in pro wrestling.
So there's the word conditioning, right? And I think that's maybe what Greg, I think what I would call it is you want them to be conditioned. You want them to look a little bit imposing and threatening, whatever height, size, shape, form it might be. And I think that's the beauty of where it's evolved, where we have an Oba, right? Wow, like that dude's a comic book hero, right? But you might have someone else who maybe is shorter in stature or just a different body type, and you can just as much say like, "Oh, that guy looks imposing," or that that woman can really looks the part. I'm thinking of like an Ivy Nile who looks like $1,000,000. I'm thinking of just everybody looks great nowadays. I'm just thinking of her because she's popped up in social media lately.
Right.
But to use the word conditioning in a different way, for me, conditioning is also conditioning the mass audience, not us as wrestling fans. We get it. We've been through the changes. We've been through the eras, and we've accepted and learned to embrace these different body types. I think now the conditioning, which WWE can do, because it's they're Coca-Cola, right? They can go and put their people on these TV shows, on these media tours, because the question that I hear the most often that just bugs me, like, oh, you're a lot shorter than the wrestlers in the past. Oh, you're not as, muscular and stuff. And I think conditioning the mass public and more the media types to say, hey, because I know they do a pre-media interview, like, let's stay away from that. And the good ones, the ones that are in the know, as we've talked about in previous episodes, media savvy. They see wrestling for what it is, and they will see beyond that. They won't even make that a topic. So I think there is conditioning in the typical sense, right, where we want to see these folks be athletes through and through.
For sure.
And as much as this is a show about the promo, but also conditioning an audience in a different way, and to not criticize someone particularly for looking like a musclehead.
That's fair. That's a good point. I'm of the opinion that maybe there needs to be a slight more of it focus on physique in pro wrestling. And the only reason why I say that, we take you serious when we see that level of physique. When we see you beef up, we're taking you serious. Cody is a prime example. If you compare way Cody looks now compared to 5-8 years ago, two different physiques. Like he looks like an actual champ, big deal dude now compared to then. And that's not me saying someone like Darby Allin I'm not going to take serious as a professional wrestler or anything like that. But when I see AJ Styles return super jacked, a noticeable jacked, I'm like, okay, we're about to do something with him. Randy Orton, another prime example. He comes back and he's like, I saw a clip of him walking down the aisle and they're saying, his kayfabe weight. He's like, oh, no, I'm 300. Like, in this belly, but he's still jacked. Like, you kind of take those kind of physique serious more than others. So that's my only thing with that. But listeners, go ahead, Greg.
I was gonna say, so think about a few physiques that are out there that if you are a casual fan, or not even a casual fan, let's just say it's a non-fan. You don't know this person. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Lashley. Your strip club test, right? Oh dang, oh dang, Randy. Oh dang, here comes Sami Zayn. What?
Sad to say,
Adam Cole.
even though I love him. Yeah, even though I love him.
That's where and I know people get critical. Oh, they're good. Yeah, that's great. They are.
Right.
But can you truly take them seriously and suspend disbelief long enough? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But when you show that to somebody who is not a fan,
Right.
they look at it as a joke.
I agree.
And
MJF. Think
yeah.
about how much MJF has transformed his body, and you take him more serious now.
Yeah.
You're like,
And now
you can
here's the
show
flip
that
side.
to other people.
The flip side, you can have a Mox who at times has been, but he's been up and down, but the way he carries himself makes you take him serious.
Right.
Owens, the way he carries himself makes you take him serious.
Right. Right.
Sammy walks out, takes his shirt off, and I'm like, for the love of God, keep it on.
He's got a little bit of six pack. He got a shaved head.
Yeah, he drew it in, but it's like, I'm just saying, but it's kind of that type of thing that I'm like, he's this big around, he just doesn't have any imposing anything to it. And then you look at Adam, who also doesn't have anything, but the way he dresses, covers most of it up.
Yeah. That's fair.
But to your point, AJ comes back, he looks that way. Think about Drew. Think
Drew,
about Jinder. Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre. Some of these guys come back, you're like, oh, look at freaking Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
As good as he looked as Zack Ryder, he's like ridiculous. And it's that type of thing you're like, wow. You know what I mean?
Jinder coming back with that physique earned him a world championship run. that's what got him back, man. Yeah,
where were you?
Yeah, because Vince was looking. He was like, "Oh my God, this is my guy now." So
I think the one thing we are missing, and I actually recently heard Cody say this: we don't have the bodybuilders anymore.
Right.
I mean, you used to have a Chris Masters, and you had Mason Ryan, you had those guys. Yeah. You had Cena. Go back in the day, yep. Cena was a huge bodybuilder. So was Triple H. At times, Triple H was like, he's ready to go on stage. You had Warrior. You had Luger. You had all these guys. We don't have that.
Right.
I mean, if you really think about it, if you go down the roster right now,
Cage is the only person that I can think of that on a main roster situation that would fit that bill.
And he's like relegated to ROH somewhere, I think. I don't even know where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this first clip. Like we said, we're talking about weightlifting, more of the bench press, some fun segments. I really want to get you all's opinions.
1999 by Justin Ernest. I know your friend Ron Simmons.
Whoa, guys! Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Now, if any one of you violate my no contact clause, you will be banned from WrestleMania. You dig that? Can you dig that?
Wait just a minute, Book. No disrespect, but I thought we flipped a coin in the locker room to say who was going to go first. Mark Henry, you're up, man.
That's where my money is. Man. It's like watching our city versus Kaz in their prime. What could be the two strongest men in the history of wrestling. Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Smelling salts.
Ladies and gentlemen, FY, the world's record is 51 reps.
More must touch the chest.
20.
Just lifted that like it's nothing.
Jeez, that's exhausting after like 10.
45, 46.
5 more, Mark. Come on, Mark.
48, 49.
Come on, Mark.
50. 51.
It's like he's faking being tired.
It probably is.
53.
53 reps for Mark Henry.
That is a new world record.
Unbelievable.
What? That's what I do. I told you, Mark. I told you. Right back. The floor is yours.
Feeling tired.
Feed me more. You better save your image. Wake up.
Tossing it.
10. 20. 3.
Lightweight.
30.
Roback could beat the world's strongest man.
He's closing in. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51.
He's one away from tying him.
52. 53, it's a tie.
So, all right. So we just had a bench press contest between the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, and Ryback. Shout out to Ryback. Shout out to Mark Henry because my gym, every morning at a certain time of the morning, they played Mark Henry's theme song. So
That's cool.
That's always
cool.
funny and that always pumps me up. But Greg, I want to come to you first, man. I want to know what are your thoughts on the weightlifting competition aspect of a segment or on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or any of that?
It's a throwback segment. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things that they used to do. I remember watching on NWA WCW Saturday night. 605. I remember Dino Bravo doing it one time at WWF. And it's just old school, two muscleheads going at it, and the musclehead ego is the storyline.
Yes, exactly.
And it's just like, yo, you can't lift what I can lift, or you can't do what I can do, and the heel has to do something to make sure that the other one just doesn't. I mean, it's storytelling 101.
Yep.
And it makes sense for both those characters. I think it's entertaining to an extent. I think for me, this one per se, way too long.
Yes.
It should have been something a little bit different, because it's just 50 sometimes, man. At some point, you should have said, hey, we're going to do 315 pounds.
Right.
Amount of times, as opposed to 225, 51 times.
That's fair. I do like the fact that Booker set it up by saying, hey, you guys can't touch each other. You can't hit each other. So technically speaking, Mark did hit Ryback.
Yeah.
It was it was a bar that hit Ryback. So, you know, that's fair.
You're spotting him.
Yeah.
Reverse spot.
Exactly. Right, exactly. Now, Ali, speaking of the competition end or whatnot, you saw how the crowd was engaged with it. In fact, it was a lot of kids in the crowd, probably, you know, excited and all that stuff. I want to know, today's pro wrestling landscape, do we have any wrestlers or superstars or AEW wrestlers that we could see a similar segment go down?
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, that's the thing. As much as we're talking about physiques and different body types, look, people still want to show off their PRs. People still want to, you know, navigate that. And as an audience, we're like, yeah, who is legitimately the strongest? Because I remember, who was it for the longest time? Big E. Big E was putting up the numbers, right? Like legit numbers in Cena's gym. So I mean, if I can think of it now, it wouldn't even have to be someone like that. I mean, I could see a segment between like, you know, like MJF or someone who was like worked towards having this body type and is like, well, I want to show off because I am who I am, right? Or even Seth to a point. I mean, maybe not with the injuries as much, but maybe someone off the beaten path. But man, yeah, if I had to think of real bodybuilders nowadays, I mean, we went over the few of them. Like, I don't think Brock would engage with something like this.
No, not at this point.
It's most of a comedy segment in some ways, but no, man, I'm hard pressed to think of someone right off the bat because immediately my mind goes to just the big dudes like Oba or you know, people like that, because I don't see. I mean, Cody could pull something like this off, right? Like, hey, I came back from injury. I'll show you off. I'll get into it with you.
Okay.
And then, you know, and then he'll tear the other back off his shoulder.
Well, I got two, and I think it's perfect pairing, especially based on the characters, Jade Cargill and Bianca. I think those two, you could recreate something to that extent, because she's the EST. Jade is like, you're no longer the EST. Like they could easily go back and forth on something like that, this competition aspect of it. But, you know, I thought it was a cool segment.
I'll throw a different pair at you.
Okay.
That I would love to see.
Okay.
But it's going to be the opposite of what you're talking about. And we're going to use a current feud to do it.
Okay.
Finn Balor and Dominic.
Oh.
Because Dominic could come out and say, man, I mean, think about a heel like that who has the little arms, who doesn't have a physique, talking the mess of, I can outbench you. Yeah, I can do these things. And I mean, how beautiful would that be to be like, and then him just totally setting up Finn to jack him up with the weights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because Finn is ripped, but he's not big.
Right.
So you don't even have to go power. You could do certain things and just be like, man, I got you. You think you taught me stuff. I'm in better shape than you. And you can look at him and be like, no, you're not. And it's like, but I mean, it's a different twist, right? As opposed to saying, I'm actually doing something. It's just me setting you up for something. And the heat Dominic or somebody like that could get off of it would be ridiculous.
That's a good point. All right. So Greg did mention old school concept.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, you say that, because I have an old school segment by one of our favorite tag teams.
Okay, come on, Animal. Big one. Yeah.
Well, Jones, that's 475 to you.
That doesn't look very easy to me. Looked like he barely got it. Looked like he was straining. 475. Okay. All right. Step up, Aaron. Yeah, you can do it. Make it easy. All right. You can do it. Good, brother. Give him a good spot. Give him a good spot, Roy. Come on.
You know, Shivani. Wow.
475 both teams.
Okay. Five. Next weight be 500 pounds. 500 pounds.
500 pounds.
Hey, you know that only 600. Yeah, let's go. Let's go for 600. Look, Giovanni, you can tell them we want to go to 600 pounds right now. We don't want to mess around.
Listen to that crowd.
Yes, for 500 pounds. What? 500 pounds? Yeah, 500 pounds. Go ahead.
Well, Jones, I've been a gambler all my life, and if anything that I've ever learned is that desperate money never wins. You're a desperate man, Paul Jones. Let's go to 600 pounds and quit wasting all these people's time. That's what they want. They want 600 pounds. Let's make it a legitimate 600 pounds right now.
I'll tell you something, Henry. This is my bench press contest, and that's my money in that bag over there. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm running this, and I want 500 pounds. And the best thing for you to do is go over there and pray for your guys.
He's a kick. 610 pounds. He's a kick. He's a kick.
You've done it before. That's it. Come on, man. Big one.
610.
He's on the line. We're going to shine. Come on. Come on, Hammer. You got it. Come on, big man.
That rack looks so unstable.
Like a home gym.
Oh no! Oh damn!
Watch out, front row.
Those don't seem like they're lightweights.
No. Oh man, it's so pro wrestling.
Man. Out of leap, man. Talk to me about that crowd.
Oh, they're so good. They're so they what are they saying now? They understood the assignment. Man, that's what I big to have been a fly on the wall. Just have bought a ticket that day because they seem like they're having a good time, you know.
And it's fire, man. They were on fire.
And it's I'm gonna if y'all are new listeners and if you listen to the back catalog, I'm a big fan of spectacle on pro wrestling. A certain wedding comes to mind. Sorry, Greg. But this is the kind of stuff I love because, like, all right, you're gonna have your matches, you're gonna have your studio interviews and everything. But these, if you don't kill these segments and just drive them home all the time, they really have a special place because you can tell the crowd's like, whoa, like this is something novel. This is not something we're gonna see every day. And ultimately, this could have been a promo segment in a ring or in a pre-tape, right? And it could have been done one and done. But it adds this level of, authenticity in a way. It sounds weird saying that about a pro wrestling promo, but you can see them. They're in street clothes or in workout clothes, right? They got the Zubas on, they got the cutoffs, and they're flexed and they look like more jacked than they do with their shirts off ultimately. And then they're talking. They're like, hey, like, let's, and it's like, oh, whoa, like, this is like, we're getting a little peek as if they were in the gym. There's something different, right? And you got the jog and you got the weights and the whole deal, and the whole thing looks unsteady. And obviously it was. But I think it's cool because, again, for the audience, it's like, okay, we're seeing our favorite people here in an element that they're very familiar with, and we're almost peeking in, right? obviously with the lights and everything. So for me, this is my jam. This is awesome.
Yeah,
this is
man.
so cool.
Yeah.
And they were so into it. Like they understood where to cheer and where to boo and the whole thing.
And I love the subtlety of Shivani having the mic in between the huddle per se. Of, you could do more than that, man. Go ahead, tell 600. The crowd already hears it before they officially announce we're going for it. So that was fun. And Ellery was kind of jacked. I kind of forgot how big Paul Ellery was, man. Yeah. Greg, do you think Animal could have lifted that 600? You think he would have cleared that? Yeah, 9 times out of 10. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I don't know how official that weight was.
True.
But I did not feel as though those weights were gimmicked.
The way that they fell and rolled. Yeah, right.
They rolled.
Right.
Whereas the previous segment we saw might be a little different. But that one, those weights hit the ground. Like you said, watch out front row.
Yeah.
Because those things were moving and they hit that ground hard. But I mean, to your point, Adelaide, I mean, how jacked were the Powers of Pain and freaking Road Warriors? Just crazy.
Yeah.
And the product placement. You may not be aware, but the Zubaz were owned by the Road Warriors.
Oh,
really?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, wow. 50% owners in that. So, product placement, baby. They're not dumb. Marketing 101. Get those Zubaz on because they didn't fit the character. But the other part about this, we kind of talked earlier about that paying attention to yourself.
Right.
This also brought a different side of all 4 guys. Yeah, they had their paint on, but it brought a realism to them because they were in their tank tops and their Zubaz and kind of workout gear. So there's a certain realism that came to that. But it also tells you something about those crowds back there, to your point, right? I mean, we always talk about the Road Warrior pop. We've heard that multiple times. They're freaking lifting weights, y'all.
Right.
And they're not like at the Arnold Classic where there's a whole bunch of meatheads and, fitness folks there who are invested. These are wrestling fans like, yeah, y'all gonna lift my house. Let's go. And I mean, they're in it. And I just think that's just pro wrestling. I think this one was done really, really well.
Very much so. Yeah. Agreed.
I like this one a lot better than the first one.
Agreed.
This one was a little bit more storytelling.
Yep.
A little bit more next level and a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. Good points. It just goes to show, back to our icebreaker, I do think that there should be a little bit more of a focus on physiques because that got a lot of people over. That got Ryback over. Like, even though we didn't talk about it, but at that time, that Ryback, he was over with the people, and it was he was a meathead. That's just what he was. He was a big meathead. Feed me more, slapping himself like this. This is all like jack bodybuilding lingo and mentality, and it was over with people. Maybe not IWC. We didn't love him, but he was over with the casual fans. Like, he was larger than life. So,
And I'll say this much: both segments end in my favorite way to end any promo, where they don't know how to end it. They just need to end it.
Yeah,
just chaos. Just
absolute chaos. Exactly. Now, for the last segment, it's a bit of a calm down, but these are some of our favorite wrestlers of the past. This is another old school segment dealing with the bench press and the great Tony Atlas.
He's getting ready to do 500 pounds on the bench press. The Junkyard Dog and Stagger Lee standing by here to spot him on this. He's going to do it. Try to do 2 reps.
Good old Stagger Lee.
500 pounds, and then he'll come back later and do 550 pounds. This is something few people ever get to see done, and there's only an elite few that have ever done it. Unless you've done something like this, you don't know the pressure, the mental preparation, the strength preparation that goes in. A lot of concentration. This is an art. It's a skill all its own. He's got to be psyched out. He's got to be pumped. He's got to have his feet set. He's got to be completely ready. You're going to see those steel turbines and those 22-inch arms get ready to blow it off that chest. He'll come down to his chest and right up.
Rock with it, Daddy. Rock with it. Rock with it. Rock.
Jack, bro. Now check out his shirt. I don't know if y'all can see it.
You just saw
Tony
him
Atlas
do
shirt.
500 pounds. JYD, and then we're going to reload it. We're going to go to 550 pounds. And JY, you're one of the men that's bench pressed in this range. Just tell the people what that feels like.
It feels real good, man. It shows you got strength and show you got a little bit of knowledge about lifting these weights. And furthermore, I got a lot of other things to show these people. And don't get too close to my man Stagger because I'm working it right now.
Well, I was wanting to ask him a couple of questions because he shocked some people here last week with DiBiase, and I think that you have a little something to do with that. You've mentioned Staggerly in your past, something to do with milk money and riding a school bus.
I used to beat milk when I was a kid and take my milk money, but now I got him here to beat up somebody else and take their milk money.
Do you think we can get an interview while Tony's getting himself ready for the 550, or you're saying you don't want us to talk to Staggerly?
Interview with me or him?
What's Staggerly?
Oh, no, I talk to Staggerly. I bought him in there. I talk to Staggerly. He don't say nothing. Okay. He just stand there.
Okay, partner. What are you going to do for 90 days?
I'm going to sit around and buy myself a ticket, go to every arena I want to, and take care of my man Staggerly, drive around that big 450 Mercedes I'm driving.
Okay. Well, here it comes. Here's Tony Atlas, and we're ready to see him try an attempt on 550 pounds.
You see his shirt?
I can't tell what it is.
He's got to be so set mentally. You just can't imagine when you know you've got like a house coming down on you. It's the steel plates. These are 45-pound plates. Each one's a 45-pounder, coming down to a 25 on the end, plus the Olympic bar. One of you there at home, try this sometime with a lot less weight, and you'll get some idea of what it takes.
It's a lot less weight.
We want everybody quiet now.
Except me.
Yeah, psych yourself into it.
Rock with it, baby. Rock with it. Rock with it. Rock with it.
Lock it out. Lock it out. Lock it out. Push it. Push it. You got it. You got it. 550 pounds.
It was a little slow paced, but there were a couple things that I wanted to point out, and I'm sure y'all caught a lot of it. Greg, I want to come to you first. First and foremost, I want you to catch the people up on the legend of Stagger Lee.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, JYD was the biggest star in that territory.
Yes.
Mid-South, later on called Universal Wrestling Federation. Huge, huge, huge star. And I forgot why. I don't know why he got suspended, but he got suspended for 90 days. So, when he got suspended, he actually went to his friend, his friend is the kid that used to bully him, take his milk money, take his lunch money and all that. And he's like, look, I got these dates that I'm supposed to be wrestling these guys who, help take me out. So he goes, I know we want to protect your identity. We don't want you to have any heat. We don't want you to get, beat up or anything because, we used to have a whole lot of issues. So I'm going to put you in a bodysuit and a mask and let you wrestle in my place.
Right.
While I sit at home. So, he just kind of had Stagger Lee come in and pop the hood on and, wrestle for JYD. Long before we had the machines and the Midnight Rider.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I popped off of that when I saw that. So it was fun and interesting that even though it wasn't as well produced as the last segment. It was at least playing into a storyline while also highlighting Tony like Tony is still a monster, man. Like if you look at him now, but I want to go back to you, Greg, on this one. Did you see what was on Tony Atlas' shirt?
I couldn't exactly see what it was.
Ali, did you see it?
I saw a face. Was it his face?
It was Tony Atlas's face with the dainty woman's foot with her high heel pressed against.
Nice.
So, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I'm like, dude, you got to be a sick dude. You're a pro wrestler. You are on a pro wrestling programming, showing off your foot fetish, which is what we know him to have. Like,
yeah.
It was like it was there all along. Like he was just out loud and proud with it. So I popped off of that. That's probably the reason why I picked that segment over Dino Bravo. I saw that one was on there, but that's what it was funny to me. I popped because I was like, hold on, let me rewind that. Oh no, this dude is sick for that.
Man.
Loud and proud. But Ali, man, I want to know what are your thoughts comparing the two segments that we just saw, AWA versus Mid-South?
I think they served essentially the same function. Obviously, here we're talking about a more confined space, and you know, I was really having fun with JYD's little banter over here.
Yes.
Josefine's like, no, he's not going to talk. I'm going to drive my my 450 over here.
Yeah.
It's every stadium. Yeah, and then at no point do we hear Tony Atlas say a word, right? Hardly. I mean, I don't think
he's locked in, bro.
And he's just like, and it kind of respects that. All right, this is legit, and I mean, you could hear as much as the weights are. These are authentic, and this is a real segment. But I really did enjoy the idea of having just regular folks just on the mat and kind of situated, and like you said, same thing as the last segment, right?
Yeah.
In the last segment, the audience is dark because we can't really see into them. And here they're lit up. They're as lit up as the wrestlers are. And you see that excitement. It almost feels like a Saturday morning type of, wrestling segment, almost like, hey, let's bring in the audience and make them part of this real TV segment, essentially, that it just reinforces that this dude's super strong, and here's the proof of it ultimately.
Yeah.
But it is spectacle through and through. I think it is just more confined here, but I thought it was pretty fun, because again, it goes to show again when people threaten and say like, well, pro wrestling is this or pro wrestling is that. Well, they can't really argue with this part. So
that's it. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, and the kids did their part. Like you could tell that they were on cue. Like, okay, now everyone, everyone applaud, everyone applaud. Yeah, right. Exactly. But that was fun. That was a fun segment for sure. Greg, do you have any last thoughts when it comes to the bench press in pro wrestling, weightlifting in pro wrestling, or any of that?
I think the cool thing we saw with those three segments is three different types of storylines being pushed, three different types of narratives. I thought the Tony Atlas one, because you got to understand who Bill Watts is, you got to understand what he's doing, and at that time, they wanted pro wrestling to be legitimate, looked at as legitimate. So here they have Tony Atlas legitimately lifting this weight. I mean, I don't think those were gimmicked. If they were, he played his part well.
It seemed like it, yeah.
So that was kind of saying, look, we have an athlete here. And for anybody out there who doesn't know, Tony Atlas was a bodybuilder. Like, go look him up. Legit Mr. USA IFBB bodybuilder winner. Like, he won Mr. USA, which is a precursor to Mr. Universe and stuff like that, and Mr. Olympia. So that was huge at the time. So if you actually go back, you start looking at bodybuilder bodies. We talk about Luger, and we talk about, Steiner, and, you can even go Triple H, all these guys. You think about the true bodybuilder, that was Atlas.
Yeah.
That was Tony Atlas. So I think that was cool with that segment. I think these segments are fun. They have to be used sporadically with the right people.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned like who could you do it with today? I mean, you have Powerhouse or Royce,
That's true.
or Cage, but you have to have the right storyline. But I think it's fun. It's fun to go back and look at it, and you don't realize how many actually were out there.
Right.
It's a lot. I mean, it's just kind of cool. But no, it was fun. It was fun kind of go down that whole path of legit powerlifters and think about some of the guys who've been in this business who were legit powerlifters. We talk bodybuilders.
Right.
Powerlifters are different. And like a Mark Henry or a Bill Kazmar, and some of these guys who are just stupid strong. So I think that was fun.
Yeah. Ali, any last thoughts?
I think it's really fun to see these pro wrestlers that this is what they do behind the scenes, right? The Neon Gym and Titan Towers, and there was respectability when you were in there and putting up weight and you were seen, right? And they shot segments back there. So I'd love to see who's this next generation that would, like Greg said, that could take part in a segment like this, because to me it's just fun.
Yeah.
And again, if the right storyline came along where, hey, yeah, I do want to prove that I'm stronger than you, it has the right fit. Because more recently, I mean, obviously we did the Henry and Ryback segment, but I was gonna say didn't Steiner and Triple H, but that was a pose down. That wasn't a weightlifting composition.
Yeah. That would have been a good one.
That's hilarious too. But
yeah, that would have been a good one.
See, but I do one of those like tongue in cheek, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
Rather than really, truly a physique thing.
But all three of those segments come from the same compilation on the Vault, WWE Vault. They have a bench press video or whatever. It's like 45 minutes. Some great segments in there. All three of those are included. And I mean, it was just gold. Like I was just marking out watching it. And I was just like, man, we gotta break some of these down, because like that Road Warrior one, I was like, that's peak, because that brought me back to being a kid watching pro wrestling, cheering on the good guy, booing the bad guy, and then seeing how it goes down. Like those are the emotions that talks you into the building. So that's the reason why we do this podcast. So listeners, let us know down below your favorite bodybuilding segments. Was it the Steiner Triple H pose off? I gotta go back and watch that. You just made me want to go back and watch that. And let us know your thoughts on physique in pro wrestling. Is it important anymore? Do you care? Do you care when you see a bodybuilder in the ring versus someone more lean and athletic or whatnot? Let us know in the comments. We want to know. If you want to check out past episodes, please go to intothebuilding.com. That'll bring you to our YouTube. Past episodes there. Playlists are there. It's organized, nice and organized and all that stuff. You're going to enjoy some good conversations with myself and the fellas. Speak for Greg here in Georgia. Out west, we got Out of Lead. I'm Adrian. You already know it's no BS coming from me. We're Talking in the Building, a pro wrestling podcast that puts the focus on the promo. We talk about the talkers. We hype the hype man. And of course, we have to pontificate upon the promo. Y'all have a great week. Get those gains in. Push that weight. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Wait.
You don't know what